Peace to the gods. Attune. Welcome back to Chance. Welcome back to Opportunity. I'd like to start off by giving thanks and reverence to the most honorable melanated mystic, Nature Boy, for sparking my mind and teaching me how to think for myself. I'm thankful. Now, reflection. Just because you feel like you have to work to get money to pay for food doesn't mean that that's the only way you'll eat. Just because you want to have a house and pay for that house doesn't mean that you can't have a house without paying for it, without paying physical paper dollars. The reason I say this is because this only exists, this concept of trade only exists because we are truly out of tune with ourselves holistically. Everywhere you look, you see family, but you don't see them as family. You see them as separate from you, and you don't trust them. When truly everything that you see outside of you is being projected by you, it is you. So why stress out about forcing yourself to go work for a job and project your stress onto other beings as if they're supposed to be doing what you force yourself to do? I'd rather have a harmonious connection with myself, holistically, meaning other people. I'd rather share with them the mentality of servitude to one another, to the entire planet. Servitude doesn't mean getting paid for what you do. It means doing what you love for free. And why would we want to do what we love for free? Because if we all did that, then we will all have what we need. Let me give you a few examples. There's a bunch, a whole lot of reflections that love to build houses for people. They just love building. They just love understanding what it's like to build, coming up with new ways to build. And if we just allowed them the space to build a house, they would just build it and move on. Build another one, move on. Build another one, move on. In this scenario, you wouldn't worry about food because all the farmers would be sharing. They just like farming because they like working with plants, really. Working with the crops. Connecting with them and sharing them. As the earth shares the process with them, they share that with the world. In this example. If you want a cool gadget or something, we can create inventions that do not negatively impact nature, do not negatively impact our higher self, our God, nature, which is all that you are, which is all that I am. Doesn't that make sense? If I share something with you, it is because my intuition told me to share it. It was meant for you to experience it. Why would I hold on to it? The more I hold on to, the less space I have to receive. Most of us don't know how to receive. We only know how to trade. There's nothing entirely wrong about trading. It's just how you trade. You want to trade your time and energy for money that you're just going to spend and have to get again? Or are you going to work on having a harmonious relationship with yourself, which would reflect outwardly into other people? Because everything is you. Conspiracy theorists hate the government, hate the system. Yet you still perpetuate it. You think the system is just concrete walls and business suits? No, it's the state of your mentality. It's the state of your mentality. Why does everybody assume they know the answers when you were raised by the same system you claim to hate? That system raised you. The language you use raised you. But you're too busy passionately forcing your point into the air as if you're not talking to yourself. You're talking to yourself. The spiritual community should be setting an example of facing your inner shadows, not ignoring it. What I mean by facing your inner shadows is you have a lot of trauma. You have a lot of pent up hatred for yourself. And when you face that in the moment, you're going to feel like crying. That's truly the reason why you scream or get aggressive or passionate, because you want to cry. Your subconscious mind is like, oh shit, I was wrong. But your proud is like, no, nigga, I'm right. Ha ha ha, I'm right. Silly. Who are you right against? Who is you? Who is that? I know I'm everything. Why do I have to go run to a reflection to force them to get my point? I don't. When I change and grow and show it, the world will change and grow. Because the external is the internal. Reflection. So tell me what it's like to be you. And think about whether or not that impacts the entire world. I don't have anything. I don't take ownership of anything. I am everything. Whatever I do is God's will. God flows through me, just like God flows through everybody else. For me to walk up to another being and try to influence their mind, manipulate their mind willfully, is God just being ignorant of itself. And I say ignorant because God's will flows through you. We're all linked. We're all one being. We're already telepathic. I don't think for myself. Even though I said I was helped into learning how to think for myself, to me that was just emptying my thoughts completely and allowing nature to speak through me. I don't have a body talking in my ear, like a physical body. Unless you're talking that God talk. Because God is love, God is understanding, true compassion. There's a difference between empathy and compassion. Empathy is being able to put yourself and your perspective in someone else's situation so you can observe how you feel in their situation. Compassion is becoming that other person in their situation, in their perspective, in their emotions. It's a difference. Everyone's so quick to say compassion this, compassion that, and then 2 sentences later talk shit about somebody. Where was the compassion? We have to hold one another accountable. Don't hang around people that don't express compassion. They don't show you what that looks like. You're supposed to see yourself in your environment. If you have a circle of friends, check your friends whenever they act out of line. Not aggressively, because you don't need to do that. If we lived in a perfect world, what would you need to protect yourself from? Besides anything out of alignment with what you are. What if there was once upon a time a world where animals weren't even so savage? We can chill with them and walk with them. You don't remember that? I love you because I love myself. I don't look to anybody to hate them. That doesn't make sense. To be ignorant of me. Even if someone is standing in front of me, spewing their perspective in my face, I love you either way. I'll listen to you. But in my reality, life is a reflection of me. Whatever comes from within me, I'm listening to myself speak because I'm talking to myself. When other people speak around me, speak to me, they're talking to themselves. See how that works? Now, if we all had positive self-talk, which self-talk comes outside of your body. That's the next level of self-talk. Holistically self-talking yourself into greatness. As soon as you call someone an idiot or a retard or a bitch or a dumbass, whatever the fucking word, anything just negative and disgusting, you are saying that to yourself. And it would hurt me to stand next to you. Because then when you say that, I hear myself saying that to myself. That's not love. That's not compassion. Reflection. Realize what your body is, what your hair is. Because when you realize, when you learn about these things, you will then realize that your body is a receiver and emitter of energy. When you place yourself around people that truly don't care about you, but you didn't know because you didn't care about yourself, you receive their confused thoughts. And you identify with it. You believe that's how you feel, and that's not how you feel. You are truly loving, you are truly compassionate, you are truly generous, truly genuine and authentic, honorable, noble, courageous, brave. That is what you are. Creative, inspirational. That is what you are. If anything else seeps into your mind, it's because of the people you connect to. It's because of your emotional sensitivity. Some people are more emotional, some people are more sensitive than others. Some beings. And how you know if you're being energetically attacked is when you know damn well who you are and what you stand for and what you stand on. And that it aligns righteously with the earth. As soon as you step out of that, look at your immediate environment. Who is that? Who's around you? Look at the people you connect to across the world. Don't you know that you can feel everybody that you think you love? Don't you know that? We're constantly talking. We're really constantly receiving thoughts and aligning with one another, aligning with the thoughts. As soon as someone thinks about me, I'm like, oh, okay. My thought goes to them randomly. I have no reason to think about these people during the day. And then, boom, a thought comes into mind. It was like a notification. It was like an email or a text message. I'm like, okay, this person is about to appear in some way, shape, or form in my life. And then they text me. There it is. Experiment with your mind. Learn knowledge of self. Learn that magic. And apply it. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Life is magical. I got reflections looking at me as if I'm crazy when they're truly crazy. You sit there and make sick, psychotic jokes and laugh. You feel disgusted because you're disgusting. You're not even qualified to say anything about any being that is holding themselves righteously because you don't even have the eyes to see. Your head is full of bullshit. Maybe that's why you sit on the toilet all day. Because you're full of shit. I love you. I love myself. Holistically. I love all of myself. All of myself. We need to become servants to one another. What do you like to do? Okay, how can you share that for free? Oh, why would I share it for free? I need money. You don't need nothing. I done met like so many people in the last 3 years that just has land that's looking for communities to build on it or looking for somebody to give it to. I done found so many farms that just wants to give away produce, wants to feed the homeless or feed anybody. The homeless, that perspective is weird because that shows that you don't realize that the earth is your home. How can you be homeless and